Hey there, Eric O'Sullivan, Reverend Sully, your irreverent reverend of all things geeky, the anti-pope and guru of Xanadu, ordained on the internet. How are you today? The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, well, that's on you, pal or gal, or anywhere in this grand spectrum of humanity that you reside, identify, and proclaim. Hello and welcome once again to the Sunday Sermon. And I'm pleased to bring this series. It's called The Old Notebook. And this is The Old Notebook Part 6, where I found this old notebook in a long box full of comic books. And I wrote this back. And this is dated up here April 10th, 2011. So it's basically 11 years ago to the week almost that I wrote this. And this was just some excerpts from different things. I started, it's all in the same handwriting and the same pen. So what I did was basically in the mornings, 5 a.m. going to work, I was reading the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita. And I would write down the passage and the date and my feeling at the time. And I would usually write in a notebook. So I transcribed these into the marble composition notebook. I love these. You know what I mean? Just the useful information tablets in the back. That attempt, I tried to learn how to play the guitar again. Can never get the knack of that. I just don't apply myself. But welcome to the Sunday Sermon. So what I'm going to do is read from the old notebook, and we're going to see how I feel over a decade later about the same subject, the Bhagavad Gita, which is still the rudder of my life. And I was turned on to the Gita about this time. I had just started where I work now, still currently, and I wasn't fitting in too well with my new coworkers and the institutional knowledge it takes to, I'm a restaurant chef, and I've put myself out to pasture by becoming a union chef at a major university, and so there was like trades off, and yeah, I had a hard time adjusting. I've since adjusted, but yeah. So let's read from the book, and then I'm going to read the passage from my Bhagavad Gita. This is my 3-volume study edition by Guru Ethnak Aswaran. And my first Gita was Deepak Chopra, his audiobook, Sacred Verses, Healing Sounds. And then I read the Bhagavad Gita according to Gandhi, of which he wrote while he was in prison. And that was a really good one. I liked that a lot. I lent that out and never got it back. But that's okay, because I still have it here, And this is the super mantra. This is an Om. And I drew this. So this is just my brand logo. I love this thing. I drew this. Good cup of coffee. Keep grinding. Please keep going. So let's get to it. All right. This is from April 4th, 2011. And it's chapter 2, my favorite chapter. It's where my mantra comes from. And it's verse 49. So let's see what we got in store for us today. And how are you doing today? I hope you're feeling well. It's Sunday. It's time for my Sunday sermon. I'm an ordained minister I got ordained on the internet on the 31st of March in 1998, 10 minutes before April Fool's Day. That's my sense of humor, but also my sense of reality too. I had a calling, a spiritual awakening, and that's what I did. And I've done a few wedding ceremonies and a few infant naming ceremonies. I have a robe. It's got no kairos. It's got no fish on it. It's the plainest thing I could buy, but it makes the pictures look really legit. I got one pinned on the top of my Twitter page. It's me, a officiating my friend Lisa's wedding in 2001 on Jupiter Beach in Florida. It was magnificent and beautiful, but I haven't done a wedding in a while, but that's all right. I'm still the spiritual guy here, and let's hopefully we can help each other here. All this stuff here is practical. It really is. It helps me. It helps me more. Therapy had its place, I'm telling you, and also psychopharmacology as well. I take my panic pills. I have them for a reason. But achieving purpose and gratitude and finding a finer sense of hope, not something so spendthrifty, just and imaginative and caught up in just to refine hope is a wonderful thing. It's very freeing, and it's called moksha, spiritual freedom. And this is Iswaran himself. Hi, yes. And so let's read it. It's chapter 2, verse 49. This is Krishna speaking to Arjuna, who's having a panic attack. That sounds familiar. It does to me. Sri Bhavgandwaja. Seek refuge in the attitude of detachment, and you will amass the wealth of spiritual awareness. The man or woman who is motivated only by desire for the fruits of his action, phalam karma, and anxious about the results is miserable indeed. And this is probably where I get off saying, worry and hope are the same thing. You're just using your imagination to pin the result on either hope would be negative, worry would be, hope would be positive, worry would be negative. And to stop projecting these expectations onto something. And there's more freedom in accepting the moment in the now. And so let's see. And I got pretty Jedi here. I think this is pretty Yoda, where I quote it. And it says, quote, seek refuge in an attitude of detachment, ... ellipses. And attachment brings suffering. True. I mean, that's straight out of Yoda's playbook, But that's the power of Star Wars back then. It was a cipher to Eastern spiritualities. I benefited from that. I was able to create a Delta V that freed me from Catholicism and the Catholic Church, and wrote rules in Latin and Baroque ceremonial cannibalisms. I'm not poking the bear. I'm very I've mellowed on my harshness about Catholicism. Let's attribute that to the brashness of youth. Madonna was always one of my heroes. I too wanted to be excommunicated. That sounded cool. It was the 90s. Oh yeah, that's so good. What's next? Next one was written on April 8th of 2011, and it's chapter 3, verse 24. Let's get to it. That's also the birthday of my first best friend ever. Hello, Brian Massey. Hopefully be spending some time with him next week, the day after his birthday, going to a Comic-Con. If anyone out there want to go hang out with us at the Wicked Comic-Con on Saturday, just hit me up on Twitter, see if we're going. We should be. That was the path. That was the plan. This is about selfless service, and this is chapter 3. I'm going to go from the entire verse 22 through 24 because it's one thought. And this is Krishna speaking to Arjuna, who is having the panic attack. And always understand that Sanjaya is on the hill with the blind regent, and Sanjaya has been gifted cosmic vision and is relaying all of these events to Dhritarashtra, the blind regent. So yeah, he's the narrative voice. Yeah, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment in the comment section. Krishna says, Bhavagadwaja, Shri Bhavagadwaja, Partha, there is nothing in the three worlds for me to gain, nor is there anything I do not have. I continue to act, but I am not driven by any need of my own. If I ever refrained from this continuous work, everyone would immediately follow my example. If I ever stopped working, I would be the cause of cosmic chaos, and finally, of the destruction of this world and these people. What did I work? And what did I wrote down here? Ooh. The Lord always shows up at work to work. Why not follow this example? And then and then it skips ahead too. I don't know why. It says continued. Continued Sunday, May 22nd, 2011 at Kelly's Ball Square, 1:06 p.m. There's nothing else there. It's a mystery. But really, yeah, I mean, Krishna asks us to get up, shake off this delusion, do what I intended you to do. Get up and fight. Get up and cook. Get up and serve the Lord that dwells in all other creatures. This is the process. We are part of this process. If you try to excuse yourself from the process, you're just going to accrue karma. You're going to miss out on what awaits you. You're going to be trapped in the wheel of samsara. You're going to be reborn. And every life has its own karma. And the karma that came before it, too. And the sufferings that the new life brings. So moksha is spiritual liberation. And that's the part of the Gita. That is like, there's a way out of the cycle of birth and rebirth. And that is karma consciousness. Krishna consciousness or Christ consciousness, cosmic consciousness, the unity, non-duality, and embracing the now and not seeing beyond the delusion of just the senses and the sense objects and the interactions with them. Seeing beyond pleasure and pain, of changing seasons, of hot and cold, of this and that. And tat tavam asi. That's all that there is. I am that, you are that. All this is that, and that is all there is. Isn't that nice? We're going to do one more, and it's going to be chapter 10, verses 4 and 5. I wrote this down on, it says April 6th, 2011. I skipped around and went back in time. 1.21 gigawatts, huh? And let's just look this up, chapter 10. And remember, if you're struggling, just reach out to your doctor, your primary care physician. Get what's known as a referral, and check in with a mental health professional. There's no shame. There's no, take care of yourself. But also, therapy isn't everything. Honing your sense of spirituality, giving yourself some gratitude and some purpose, that's a real helper. And here's Krishna once again speaking to Arjuna. And the different qualities found in living creatures have their source in me, capital M. Discrimination, wisdom, understanding, forgiveness, truth, self-control, and peace of mind. The dualities of pleasure and pain, birth and death, honor and dishonor, nonviolence, charity, equanimity, contentment, and perseverance in spiritual disciplines. Yeah, it's just Krishna. He's advising Arjuna on the qualities that just you need to achieve shrugging off this luggage of worry and of hope and of expectation. And there's just a big part to I didn't even read. Okay. I say 10.4, hey? A short list of attainable attributes to be the best person one can be at this point in space-time. Yes, and it's still, okay, so this to this day, this is like the active recipe of things to be mindful and to try to achieve. Discrimination. Not judgment, not pity. Pity is not empathy. But discrimination, just knowing that to discern quality from not quality. But wisdom, beyond law, beyond sin, beyond rule, is wisdom. Understanding, forgiveness. I mean, that's so lacking in today's internet culture, is forgiveness. There's an active ingredient in all of this humanity and this struggle to get along, and it's forgiveness. And just something that it's not addressed in social justice ideology. There's always some kind of punishment involved. And I don't even want to go there, but it's more of like, it's very binary. And to see beyond that is to, rise above it a bit and just understand that those are the three modes of reality. They're all the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, and they're all running around doing their job, keeping things going. Self-control and peace of mind. It's so hard to attain these goals. It really is. I really got a leg up on all of this with Iswaran's book on passage meditation, where I learned the secret of having a mantra and how valuable it is in keeping a space within your mind, a gap, one could say, where between your thoughts. I mean, are you your thoughts, or are you the thinker behind the thoughts? And to meditate is to extend that gap between your thoughts, so you can really be yourself and be one with the thinker behind the thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not a bundle of preconditioned reflexes. You are the thinker behind the thoughts. And to access that power, that state of being, you have to slow down your thoughts so you can see between your thoughts and see the real you, the thinker. Yeah, and that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been the Sunday Sermon with Reverend Sully, the Old Notebook, Part 6. Like and subscribe. We talk about spirituality here. I'm an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual. # lighten up. It's my part to help my own enlightenment, and maybe I can share my skill sets with you. I make gratitude lists and I make Sunday sermons. There's a playlist. Check it out. I'm also a professional chef. I make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food. And hopefully you can make some of this for your family at home, at your table. I also talk about comic books every day too. I have daily content. I talk about the golden age of DC comic books, and we have old-fashioned comic book shop conversations once a day, 3 p.m. daily U.S. Eastern Time. Tune in, and we'll be there every day, and hopefully you will too. Hopefully I can earn your subscription. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Sunday Sermon, and it's been great sharing this voyage with you. Hopefully some of this can help you too. I suffer from the chronic mopies, the chronic angries, and the chronic lonelies. And my spirituality has been what has really saved my bacon. Now, things help. Friends, family, my health care, my support net from my doctor to my referrals, and to my prescriptions. But those are only parts of the puzzle. There are other parts out there, and your spirit is a really untapped resource. If you're struggling, you can abandon your ideology, abandon your politics. I mean, it's such as what Jesus said in the book of Matthew. Look at the birds of the sky and the beasts of the field. They don't worry about, getting food or their clothes or anything. Our Father provides for them. This is just a metaphor. It's a really pithy way to put across a big cosmic thought. Stop worrying so much. Lighten up. # lighten up. Thank you so very much. Cheers. Have a great day. God bless. Good luck. Namaste. And tune in again. Thanks. Bye-bye.